Hey guys, this is Amaterasu Pools with our first deck list. We've got Macnugget with his Pale Moon deck. And yeah, so basically he'll just show us what the cards he runs. Most of the cards are just from the new extra boost out. And yeah, afterwards I'll just ask him a few questions and stuff like that. So yeah, take it away.
Well, really, I only have one card from the new extra booster, but that is the basis of this deck. This is a Golden Beast Tamer deck that is a fun deck, I guess. Not the best out there, but yeah, it's rather fun. Yeah, first card, starting Vanguard, Underworld Manager. When you ride a Pale Moon on top of it, Soul Charge 1. That's pretty much the basis. Number 2, Hoop Magician, Stand Trigger. Well, actually no, there's two cards, never mind. Hoop Magician, Stand Trigger. Very useful. Better than the other Draw Trigger, of course. Critical. Now, I chose this Draw Trigger over the other Draw Trigger. I think this guy's something Magician. I don't know, I really don't care. But, yeah, his effect, when I boost, I could Soul Charge 1 and return it back to the deck. So, sort of like the Touchkaze critical trigger. Get him out there. Heals, obviously. I had 4 of each trigger, by the way. So yeah, to the grade 1s. 4 Skull Jugglers. Now, if you run any less than 4, I'd be disappointed. It's a very, very useful card for soul charging, because as soon as it's called, Soul Charge 1. Oop, pull that out, turquoise. Yeah, it's very useful for this deck, especially if you don't have the right grade 3 in your hand, which we'll get to later. 3 turquoise, 9k booster when Crimson's in the soul. Get to Crimson later. Yep, and 4 Dark Metal Bicorns, 8k vanilla. It's simple enough. 3 Underworld Hypnosis. I'm thinking of bumping it up to 4. I'm not sure. Depends how it goes. Underworld Hypnosis. Oh, what did you do? Anyway, yeah, Underworld Hypnotist, no god, obvious. 3 Hungry Pierrot, like Blue Dust, but well, it's just a fat ogre thing eating a tank or something. I don't know. Yeah, his effect when the attack hits, Soul Charge 1. 4 Crimson Beast Tamers. Reason I run 4 because is if I have got the rearguard's best and I've got this card in my hand and in the soul, he gains an extra 3000 and plus the extra 3000 power from the the Golden Beast Tamer, if that's your Vanguard. So it's also a good interceptor, better than Barking Manticore in this instance. So yeah. Next card. 4 Barking Cerberus, just 10k vanilla. Obvious choice. 2 Barking Manticore. I would run 1 because it's just not that great of a card in this deck. And it might come in handy later, I'm just not quite sure about it yet. I've been playing around with 2 and 1, and with the next card, which is Robert. Darkness Magician Robert. I would run 4, but I currently only have 3. Even so, just brilliant card for soul charging for Golden, which we'll get to in a second. And his final effect is it's a meh effect. Golden Beast Tamer. Now this is the last card that I'm going to talk to you about this deck, apart from the questions that Dark Cat's going to ask me. So yeah, very useful card when you've got enough to use for it. So if you've managed to soul charge a lot with Robert before you start playing this, like right at the end game, it's a very deadly card because of its effect to give 3000 to the 2 top row rear guards. And yeah, when you ride it, you can call out any Manticore from your soul, which is useful for getting out Barking Cerberus or Barking Manticore. Yeah, so that's about all the cards in the deck. It's just a very fun deck to play, in my opinion.
Okay, so we'll cut there and we'll set up the deck, and yeah, I'll just ask him a few questions. Okay, so yeah, we've just got the deck sorted out and everything. So yeah, this is Macnugget's Pale Moon Decklist. So basically, I'll just go over the obvious questions. So first of all, for your starting Vanguard, you've got Underworld Manager instead of Lark Pigeon. Why would you choose that?
The reason I chose Underworld Manager over Lark Pigeon, because Lark Pigeon I need in the soul, whereas Underworld Manager is useful for soul charging for Golden Beast Tamer. Also, he's good fodder for Golden Beast Tamer because his effect's not going to activate again while he's in the soul.
Yeah, of course, you get the extra soul charge.
Yeah.
Now, moving on to your triggers, you've got the stand trigger instead of the extra draw. Why did you add the stand trigger?
10k card. Just so I could make more room for other cards instead of null guards. Because I probably would run 4 if I had the 2 sets of draw triggers. But other than that, just an overall better card for Barking Cerberus and Crimson when they're in the rear guard.
Yes.
Maybe Hungry PRO as well.
Okay. Yes, very obvious. So now, with your grade 1s, you've only got 3 turquoise. Why not 4?
I'm thinking of bumping it up to 4. I'm probably going to cut down Dark Metal Bicorn in a minute, actually.
Yes, of course. Like, you did only make this deck very recently, so you've got a lot to think about.
I've been assembling it since yesterday. Thank you. It's been very, very weird.
So you've also got the vanilla, grade 1 vanilla. Is there any other cards you think you could switch out with?
Yeah, it's Starting Presenter.
Starting Presenter, that's right.
Yeah, instead of this guy, oops.
Oh, yeah, if you...
Yeah, Starting Presenter. When I ride a Pale Moon grade 2 on top of it, or just a Pale Moon in general, which would probably, yeah, I think it's grade 2 though. Soul Charge 2 cards, which is a very useful card for...
Soul Charging 2.
Yeah, Soul Charging 2 straight afterwards. So, if I rode him over Underworld Manager, Soul Charge 1, then I'd ride another card on top of it, Soul Charge 2, and if I rode, say, Nitro Juggler, you would be able to Soul Charge another one, which would be just great, I guess.
Yeah.
Nitro Juggler is essentially the grade 2 version of Skull Juggler, though.
Yeah, wow. So yeah, I'll definitely think about that. Now moving on to your grade 2s, you've got your obvious 4 Crimson Beast Tamers. Of course, you want that one in Soul.
Yeah. It's a shame its ability doesn't stack though. That would just break it though. Yeah, but it's just a useful card in many ways.
Okay, so you got the 4. Now you've got 3 of... what is the card on the right?
This one? No, that one. Yeah. Hungry PRO.
3 Hungry PRO. Would you ever consider 4, since when the attack lands you do get to Soul Charge 1?
Not really. If I had to consider one more, I might have to take out a Barking Cerberus for it. There's better cards than that, I'd have to say. Like, for example, Nitro Juggler. I would put him in and take out some of these guys, I think.
I was just about to ask you that in a minute. You've got the grade 2 vanilla, of course, 10k.
Yeah, he's very good for when you ride Crimson Beast Tamer and you don't want to call that.
With your grade 2 vanilla, I'll think about taking out that for Nitro Juggler, or either Nitro Juggler or Elephant Juggler.
I wouldn't put in Elephant Juggler. It's a very situational card. Its effect only works in the Vanguard, and it's just not the best card in that situation. But yeah, I'd definitely think about changing a couple of these 2 out for Nitro Jugglers. I have them, but I'm not sure. I'm still toying around with it though.
Yeah, okay. So now, of course, with your grade 3s, I know you're toying around with these a bit. Of course, now this is, of course, a Golden Beast Tamer deck.
You need a lot of soul.
So yes, you do need a lot of soul, and that's where Robert comes in.
Yep. Robert, Soul Charge 1, look at the top card of your deck, send it to the top or bottom. Very useful for searching out your deck, also for soul charging purposes, for lady here.
So yes, and of course you're thinking about bumping Robert up to 4?
Yeah, but Robert is the most valuable card in this deck. It's the second most valuable actually, compared to Golden, but yeah, he is a very useful card when it comes to soul charging. It also helps get Crimson into the soul very quickly, and just gives more stuff for Crimson to remove from the soul to attack.
Okay.
Sorry, Golden.
So overall you've got 8 grade 3s?
Yeah, 8. I'm not really sure about that actually. I'm
Yeah, so
not certain about that.
your grade 3s can be a bit many,
I think it might
especially when
be.
you have got
I think I might want to drop it down to 7, but I'm not sure.
Of course, there's a lot to think about still. So yeah, this is Macnugget's Pale Moon deck list, of course. This is his first build of it, so there's a lot to muck around with.
Second build will be better, guys.
Yes.
I approve this.
So yeah, the Golden Beast, Tamer, Pale Moon deck. So yeah, thank you Macnugget for showing us your deck.
No problem.
Okay, so yeah, this is Dark Cat, yeah, just representing our Terrestrial Bulls, signing out.